Welcome to the latest edition of our Expert Insight series. My name is Woodrow Bellamy. I'm a senior editor with Photonics and Imaging Technology. And on this edition of Expert Insight, I'm joined by Julie Martin, Vice President of 89 North, discussing the design and assembly of optical systems. In the biomedical and automation industries, creating a seamless optical system involves more than just assembling parts. It requires a collaborative approach that brings together expertise across multiple disciplines. Chroma Technology, a leading provider of optical filters, and its subsidiary, 89 North, known for innovations such as the award-winning LDI laser light source, work hand in hand with customers from concept to completion. Together, they provide an integrated solution combining advanced filter technology into a custom sub-assembly, ensuring every component works well within the broader system. This collaboration leverages deep technical expertise to simplify complex optical challenges, delivering custom solutions seamlessly integrated into customer systems. So Julie, my first question for you, how do you begin the process of designing an optical sub-assembly?
Well, thank you, Woodrow. The process really starts with understanding the customer's unique requirements and the specific challenges they're aiming to solve with their application. So in biomedical imaging, for example, the focus might be on high precision specificity and wavelength selection to differentiate between fluorescent markers in a sample, whereas in machine vision, the emphasis would be more on maximizing light throughput and maintaining color fidelity for accurate defect detection. So it really depends on what the customer is trying to achieve with their system. And our process starts with really establishing a thorough understanding of the objectives as well as any constraints that we may have. So it's not as simple as just selecting a filter or a coating and sort of determining a means to hold all the components in place. The design direction really involves a comprehensive understanding of the light source, the detector that's being used, the filter placement and orientation, and the type of optical application, whether it's an imaging application or a simple light collection or light modification. We also need to take into consideration the environment that the system needs to operate in. So any constraints on materials, as well as product serviceability requirements or other just general packaging considerations. So really it's about understanding all of these needs for us to customize solutions that maximize the performance of the optical system. And we leverage the collective experience and expertise of Chroma and 89 North across a wide range of applications to provide quick and effective solutions.
And are there any situations where what a customer wants just can't be done, or where you are unable to meet their needs?
Absolutely. There are times when a customer's initial request presents challenges that seem insurmountable, where either the performance specifications appear to be out of reach or the cost target just seems unachievable. And sometimes that's due to physical limitations of materials or the laws of physics or extreme conditions that a filter or assembly may need to endure. But all these situations are precisely where our expertise really comes into play. So rather than saying, it just can't be done or we can't do it, our approach is to collaborate closely with the customer to, again, really understand the core problem that they're trying to achieve and the problem that they're trying to solve. Oftentimes, and I would say even most of the time, the initial request as presented by the customer may not be the only solution. And by discussing the underlying requirements, we can look into alternate approaches that meet the need. So for example, we might make suggestions about the positioning of filters within the system, like repositioning a filter in a different part of the optical path where the light is more collimated. So making a small adjustment like that could potentially drive cost reduction by allowing the filter to be smaller or by enabling wider manufacturing tolerances, which again in turn lowers the overall cost. We may also offer ideas like creative friction fits instead of labor-intensive adhesive operations for fixing components in place within the assembly, which has the additional cost of lowering scrap rates. I think we're generally pretty strong at coming up with creative solutions to produce an elegant assembly design where we're achieving maximum performance with minimal parts, resulting in an efficient assembly and solving problems in a simple, cost-effective, and durable way. There are certainly cases where we have to acknowledge that a specific solution just isn't possible, but the conversations we have in those cases often lead to insights and alternatives that the customer hadn't initially considered. So really, it's all about understanding the imperatives of the system, then leveraging our experience and our problem-solving capability and collaborating to ensure that the customer gets the best possible outcome.
And with the photonics industry continuing to evolve and new applications emerging, have you seen much change when it comes to your subassembly work?
Yes, we've definitely seen significant changes in our subassembly work driven by new applications. Fields like satellite communications, remote sensing, and quantum computing bring unique challenges that drive us to innovate continuously. So for example, in satellite communications, customers often require filters that need low phase retardants to reduce polarization-dependent losses. And development of those type of assemblies for those applications certainly requires ensuring spaceflight readiness in terms of durability, the ability to withstand extreme temperatures, and also vibration. Similarly, in remote sensing, filters and subassemblies have to endure rigorous durability testing to ensure that they can survive the harsh environments that they're going to be placed into. In semiconductor metrology and inspection applications, filters for determining thermal conductivity, for example, need to be optimized for precise laser guidance and spectral cleanup. And these filters drive really careful mounting considerations in the assembly. Even in the more well-established fields like life sciences, we are continually adapting. While many assemblies that are used in this industry have become relatively standardized for applications like fluorescence imaging and flow cytometry, new challenges continue to arise. We routinely work with a wide range of assemblies, including simple ring-mounted filters and filter cube sets to much more complex configurations like filter wheels and filter trays or racks where multiple optical filters are precisely aligned within various types of holders. We also design advanced assemblies incorporating electronics for more sophisticated functions. So as customers move towards smaller and more intricate components, we're continually driven to develop new capabilities, particularly in the configuration and assembly of those components. And so to meet those demands, we've incorporated technologies from semiconductor manufacturing, and we've developed specialized equipment and processes. We've done this both independently and in collaboration with industry partners. And this approach allows us to remain agile and responsive to changing customer needs while maintaining really the high standards of quality and performance that our customers need and that they expect. So overall, we're seeing new applications drive changes at both the individual component level, but also at the level of the subassembly. Primarily, this has meant smaller components with tighter optical and mechanical tolerances, both on the filter and at the level of the subassembly design itself.
And you mentioned custom equipment and processes. How has your expertise in optical assemblies helped you innovate and improve internally?
Our work with optical subassemblies has led to some important innovations in our internal processes. For example, we've developed proprietary components and assemblies for our coating chambers, which allow us to maintain tighter control over the coating process. This level of precision is absolutely crucial for meeting the increasingly stringent requirements we see in different applications, from ensuring the uniformity of coatings to improving overall yields, which helps our cost. We've also developed state-of-the-art spectral testing capability. Our metrology tools enable us to measure spectral performance with exceptional accuracy, whether it's deep out-of-band blocking or extremely narrow bandwidths. With the demand for tighter and tighter spectral requirements that we're seeing from customers, we're continually pushing the boundaries of spectral measurement. For subassemblies, we've developed automated test systems for quality testing, where we're verifying that all optical components in the subassembly are installed properly in terms of their location, as well as their orientation and planar alignment and other assembly attributes. A typical tester could incorporate precision motor control, light sources, detectors, and spectral measurement capability, and would programmatically step through verification of the assembly. We've also integrated robotics and automation into our assembly processes, which enhances speed, accuracy, and also consistency. And automation allows us to handle delicate and complex components with repeatable precision, reducing the risk of human error and speeding up our production times. As components continue to be more and more miniaturized, robotics automation have become really crucial for maintaining consistent quality, and something that would be much more challenging with just traditional methods. So each of these innovations and improvements has utilized and improved some aspect of our expertise in working with complex assemblies, and we believe the results are significant, enabling us to deliver optical assemblies more efficiently, minimizing cost, while again maintaining the high level of quality that our customers expect, regardless of the size of the project.
And what are some common pitfalls you see in the optical assembly design process? What are opportunities for improvement that you've seen in that process as well?
Well, one of the most common pitfalls we encounter in optical assembly design is a lack of early communication and collaboration. So often our customers come to us late in their development process, and we discover that critical details have been overlooked. Things like complete spectral requirements, angle of incidence considerations, autofluorescence or absorption characteristics of the materials that have been specified, or other factors that are really essential to consider in the design. Uncovering these details late in the development process can result in less than optimal performance, costly redesigns, and just schedule delays. We find that the best outcomes are achieved when we're brought in early, allowing us to provide guidance on filter selection or light characteristics or other aspects of the assembly design and its integration into the larger system. Guidance that's really specific to the unique needs of the application. We routinely sign NDAs with customers to ensure confidentiality, and by sharing more information with us upfront, we can better leverage our broad experience to anticipate potential challenges and develop solutions that really optimize the overall performance of the system. In our experience, early collaboration leads to a much more efficient design process, reduces the risk of errors or missing the mark on performance, and really puts us in the best position to ensure that the final assembly meets or even exceeds the customer's expectations.
And final question for you, Julie. What future trends are you seeing in the optical assembly design process?
Well, optical assembly design is rapidly evolving, and we are looking closely at some key trends to incorporate into our process, like integrated photonics, combining photonic circuits with traditional electronics, enabling faster data transmission and more efficient energy use. Another trend would be new materials. Incredible new materials are being developed that can manipulate light in novel ways, offering really unprecedented control over optical properties like refraction and absorption. There's also, of course, a growing and necessary emphasis on environmentally sustainable materials in optical assemblies, driving us to the use of materials which are recyclable or biodegradable. Ongoing advances in computational power and algorithms continue, and that's enabling more and more accurate simulations of optical systems, reducing the need for physical prototypes and speeding up the overall design process. And of course, AI is being increasingly used to optimize optical designs, to predict performance, and even to generate entirely new designs that may not have been intuitive to human designers. Active alignment technologies continue to emerge that allow for real-time adjustments during assembly, ensuring that components are precisely aligned, which is critical for performance of high-end optical systems. The demand for high-quality optical systems in augmented and virtual reality devices is driving innovations in lens design, optical coatings, and display technologies. Lastly, I'd say quantum optics. As quantum computing and communication advance, there's an increasing need for precise optical assemblies that can handle the truly unique requirements of quantum systems. But all of these trends indicate a future where optical assembly design will be more integrated, fully automated, and driven by new technologies, leading to faster development cycles, higher precision, and new capabilities across a wide variety of industries.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Expert Insight. Thanks to Julie Martin and the 89 North and Chroma Technology teams for providing your expertise on the optical assembly design process. And thanks to you all for watching. We'll see you on the next edition of Expert Insight.